The first thing I remember is the smell, not the stink of death. That comes later, but the sweet chemical rot of oil, pus, and burned metal. It clings to the air like fog, seeping into the back of my throat until I can taste rust every time I breathe. Somewhere nearby, something laughs, not a human laugh. It's too deep, too wet, too happy. My eyes won't open at first. There's a pulse in my skull that beats like a second heart. Each thud sends another ripple of pain through me, mechanical, rhythmic, like gears grinding under skin. I try to move my fingers. They respond, but not quite right. A scraping sound, metal dragging against metal, then a voice. He's waking up, boss. Want me to clamp him again? Another voice answers, rough and gleeful, the kind of tone that should belong to someone watching a fire they just lit. Nah, let him feel it. Ain't no fun if he don't squirm. I force my eyes open. The light hits like a weapon. Green, harsh, surgical in the wrong way. It flickers, humming with energy stolen from some half-dead generator. The ceiling above me isn't a ceiling at all, just a mess of pipes, cables, and bones woven together like a nest. Skulls dangle by metal hooks. Some are human, some aren't. I'm on a table, or what passes for one. Iron plates welded together, slick with something dark and wet. My arms are strapped down with belts made from ammunition chains. My legs are gone. For a moment, my brain refuses the information. It replays the scene again and again, trying to find an angle where it makes sense. But there's nothing below the knees, just crude stumps wrapped in oily bandages. And from those stumps, wires, thin copper strands snake into my flesh, pulsing faintly with green light. Something moves behind me, heavy, clanking footsteps shaking the floor. The smell grows stronger, oil, blood, and fungus. Then I see him, the Painboy. Every orc is a nightmare of muscle and brutality, but Painboys are worse. They're surgeons in the loosest, most horrifying sense, obsessed with the art of fixin' things. He's massive, bent over in a filthy apron stitched together from different species' hides. Tools dangle from him. Saws, drills, claws, syringes big enough to kill a grox. One of his eyes has been replaced by a mechanical lens that whirs as it focuses on me. Ah, he growls, voice rumbling through his tusks. Look at him. He's a tough one, Disson. Still breathing after all that chopping. I like him like that, he grins. His teeth are yellow iron, bolted into raw gums. I try to speak. What comes out isn't a word, it's a static-filled gasp. My throat feels like it's been scraped clean. There's a faint taste of oil there too, like someone poured machine lubricant down my windpipe. Don't strain yourself, the Painboy says. Your new bits ain't calibrated yet. He turns to a smaller orc, a grot assistant with too many syringes sticking out of its vest, and gestures at a rust-covered console. Plug him in. The grot giggles and shoves a thick cable into something near my shoulder. Agony detonates through me. Every nerve fires at once. I arch off the table screaming, though the sound that comes out isn't entirely human. It's distorted metallic. My voice echoes through the room, bouncing back with delay, like it's being processed through speakers. The Painboy watches, amused. See? That's the sound of a humie waking up proper. Ha ha ha. I can see pieces of myself scattered around the floor, chunks of armor, bits of flesh. There's a mechanical arm lying nearby that I hope isn't mine, though it looks suspiciously attached to something wearing my regiment's insignia. My thoughts try to surface through the static. Where am I? The last thing I remember is a battlefield. Ash, bolter fire, the scream of orc war engines. My platoon was overrun outside the manufacturum gates. We were supposed to die there, maybe we did. Watch this bit. The Painboy mutters, poking a device jammed into my chest. He squints at a cogitator readout, an old Imperial med unit grafted directly into my ribcage. Huh, that looks fancy. I'll keep that. Might make the next one even better. He pulls something out of me, a small glowing chip, and tosses it aside like trash. My vision flickers. For a moment I can see through things, wireframes, heat signatures, strange glyphs. Then it fades. Yeah, the Painboy chuckles. That's the good stuff. See, boys? This one's got spirit. I think we can make him Orky. He leans close until his breath fogs the air in front of me. Don't worry, Humi. You's lucky, see? You's getting fixed. He slams a lever. A cage of machinery descends from the ceiling. Claws, drills, injectors. Things that look like teeth made of iron. They hum to life with the sound of old engines and tortured electricity. I can smell ozone and blood and burning metal. Somewhere above, a speaker crackles to life, broadcasting an orc war chant. It's distorted, looping endlessly. Fix the boys, make 'em strong. Metal bones can't go wrong. The Painboy hums along, tapping one claw to the rhythm as he selects tools from a tray. Gonna start with the arms, I think. Gotta get them right if he's gonna fight proper. He grips my shoulder and twists. Bones crack. My scream doesn't stop him. It only seems to entertain him more. He saw something off. I can feel it leave my body like a part of my soul being unscrewed. Then something heavier replaces it. A mechanical joint clicking into place with a wet snap. He tightens a bolt into my collarbone. Electricity dances across my skin. My hand, my new hand, twitches on its own, metal fingers scraping against the table. That's the way. He shouts, "You're fixin' up nice." I can barely think. Every movement sends signals I don't understand. Sensations that belong to neither flesh nor machine. The Painboy's laughter grows louder, echoing in rhythm with the pounding in my skull. Somewhere deep inside, a small voice tries to hold on. You are human. You are Sergeant Cale Terran of the 43rd Astra Militarum. You are not a machine. You are not an orc, but the voice is fading. The Painboy steps back to admire his work. I catch my reflection in a cracked mirror, half of my face covered in metal plating, a glowing red lens where my eye used to be. The rest of me is a nightmare of steel and scars. I whisper, barely audible. What did you do to me? He grins, wide and proud. I fixed you. Something clicks behind me. The machinery powers down, leaving only the low hum of generators and the distant echo of the chant. For a moment everything is still. Then I feel it. Movement. Inside me. Not the pain of injury, but activation. Circuits warming up. Systems booting. My heartbeat syncing with something mechanical. The Painboy leans closer, his voice low. Don't worry, Humi. You'll thank me soon. Once the voices start talking in your head. What voices? I manage. He smirks. The ones that tell you what to fix next. He steps back, wiping his hands on his apron. The green lights flicker. The other orcs gather around, watching with feral excitement. Then, a sound. Not external. Internal. A faint whisper inside my skull, like static forming words. Directive received. Begin repair sequence. My body twitches again. My metal arm moves without my command. The claws flex. Sparks fall from my fingertips. The Painboy roars with laughter, slamming his tools together like cymbals. He's working. Look at him go! Ain't that beautiful? I want to scream, to pull the wires out, to die. But my body doesn't obey me anymore. The voice grows louder, clearer, mechanical yet eerily calm. Target. Damaged organic tissue detected. Initiating correction. My own hand, the new one, turns toward my remaining flesh arm and begins to cut. The Painboy claps his claws together, delighted. Ah, that's the spirit. You're learning fast, Humi. Soon you'll be fixing all the boys. The world dissolves into static and screaming metal. My mind fractures into noise, pain, light, command lines, until one final phrase cuts through it all like a knife. Integration complete. Orc augment pattern, stable. The Painboy leans in, whispering like it's a secret meant only for me. Welcome to the boy. And as the last of my humanity flickers in the darkness, the whisper inside me laughs. When I wake again, The world is quieter, not silent. Nothing in this place is ever silent, but hushed in a way that feels wrong. Like the sound has been dampened, swallowed by layers of grime and meat. The constant hum of machines runs through the walls, a metallic heartbeat that vibrates through my spine. I don't know how long I've been here. The Painboy doesn't use clocks. Time doesn't exist in his workshop, and only procedure. There's always the sound of something being fixed, screaming, sawing, laughter, and in between those moments, the sound of dripping. Always dripping. I lie on a metal slab inside a cage of flickering light. My body is different now. The left arm, the mechanical one, moves when I tell it to, but it feels heavy, alien. The servos whine softly, alive in a way that flesh shouldn't be. My right arm, the only remaining organic part of me, shakes constantly. It's strange how quickly you get used to pain. The Painboy hasn't come back yet, but his presence lingers like a smell. I can sense him even when he's gone. The memory of his boots thudding across the floor, the wet rasp of his laughter echoing in my skull. He said I was fixed. That word keeps repeating in my head like a broken data loop. Fixed, fixed, fixed. But when I look at myself, I don't see fixed. I see parts, stolen parts, some of them human, some of them not. My chest is a patchwork of stitches and wires. My ribs rise and fall with an uneven rhythm, part biological, part mechanical. My skin is pale and mottled with green light from beneath, where circuits meet veins. I try to remember who I was before all this. Sergeant Cale Terran, 43rd Astra Militarum. I can almost see the faces of my squad. Lyra, my second. Voss, the heavy. Jan, the quiet one who hummed before every firefight. I remember the manufacturing world of Grendel 9, burning in the night. The air thick with ash and spores. We were holding the eastern gate. Then the sky turned green and everything exploded into madness. I remember an Ork war engine crashing through our lines, covered in banners stitched with teeth and blood. I remember pain, then darkness, then him, the Painboy. The thought makes my stomach churn, or whatever's left of it. I force myself to sit up. The restraints are gone, or maybe they were never real. Maybe I only thought they were there. My mind feels strange, like it's not entirely mine. There are pauses between thoughts like static interference. Sometimes, when I try to think too deeply, I can feel something listening. The workshop stretches around me, a cathedral of horror. Giant slabs of stone and metal bolted together by orcish hands. The walls are layered with trophies, skulls, armor plates, torn limbs displayed like art. Flickering green lights illuminate rows of crude machinery, all patched together from Imperial tech and Xenos scrap. In the center stands a massive mechanical chair, a throne of rust and bone where the Painboy works. Around it, a cluster of Gretchen scuttle about, dragging buckets of blood and tools that whine like angry insects. To my right, a pile of corpses, or maybe unfinished projects, twitches occasionally. Some still breathe. Some have been half-turned into things that defy logic, flesh grafted to steel, screaming mouths bolted shut with iron. A smell of ozone and decay hangs in the air. Something crackles inside my chest, a faint static, like a comm link coming online. Internal system diagnostic, partial. Neural integration, 64%. Cognitive sync, unstable emotional regulation, disabled the. Words aren't in my ears, they're inside my skull. Data streams flash across my vision, faint and translucent, like a HUD overlay. For a moment, I panic. My breathing quickens, but then something else calms me, a new instinct. Mechanical, measured. The voice inside me whispers, soothing but cold. Do not resist. Pain is calibration. I slam my fist against the table, trying to shake the voice loose, but the metallic limb barely even registers the impact. It's too strong, too quiet, too obedient. I stumble off the slab, unsteady on metal legs I didn't realize I had. Each step makes a dull thud that echoes through the room. The floor vibrates beneath my feet as if the entire structure is alive. In the distance, I hear the Painboy's voice again, muffled by machinery. Gotta keep him patched up, Grotz. Dat one's special. The boss wants him fighting soon. The Grotz squeal in reply. I can hear the metallic chatter of tools being sharpened. Fight. He plans to send me to war. Like this. I glance toward the far end of the workshop, where a faint draft stirs the air. There's a doorway, or at least an opening covered by a hanging sheet of flesh that pulses gently, like it's breathing. My stomach twists. But the faint pull of freedom is stronger than disgust. I push through. Beyond the doorway is a corridor made entirely of scrap metal, rusted plates riveted into uneven walls. Dim green lights flicker along the ceiling. The smell of oil and fungus is stronger here, more alive. Somewhere above, something moves. Heavy footsteps shake dust from the ceiling. The sound of guttural laughter echoes down the corridor. I press myself against the wall, trying to quiet the mechanical whine of my breathing. Every sound I make feels amplified, unnatural. I move forward, step by cautious step. The hallway opens into a vast hangar, or what used to be one. Now it's a grotesque temple of machinery. Gigantic orc constructs hang from chains, tanks, walkers, cyborgs, all in varying stages of completion. Sparks fly from welding torches. Steam hisses from broken pipes. The air hums with the rhythm of mechanical life. At the far end I see cages, dozens of them. Inside each one, humans, or what's left of them. Some scream when they see me. Others just stare hollow-eyed. A few whisper prayers to the Emperor under their breath, over and over like a mantra. I move closer. One of them, a woman with half her face replaced by metal, grabs my arm through the bars. Her fingers are cold, trembling. "Don't let him finish you," she rasps. "Don't let him fix you," I swallow hard. "Who are you?" "Doesn't matter. None of us matter. Once he starts, you're his project. And when he's done," she stops suddenly, eyes widening. Then she points, not at me, but through me. I turn. The Painboy stands in the doorway behind me, silhouetted against the green light. There he is. He grins. Me favorite patient. My new arm tightens involuntarily. The metal claws flex, responding to something deep inside my nervous system. I can't stop it. The woman in the cage screams, backing away. The Painboy laughs, stomping forward. Each step shakes the ground. "What's this, Humie? You going for a walk? Trying to leave before your final checkup?" I take a step back. My mind races. Run, fight, hide. But the voice in my head speaks again, calm and detached. Command override active. Painboy unit, registered authority. My limbs freeze. He raises a massive clawed hand and gestures toward me like a puppeteer. My mechanical body responds instantly, locking into position. I can't even scream. "That's better," he says, satisfied. Can't have me new toy wandering off. He circles me like a predator, inspecting his work. "You're healing nice. Metal's taking good to the meat. Soon you'll be all synced up. Then we can start the fun part. The tests." "What tests?" I manage, my voice trembling. "Gotta see how much of the Humie brain's left," he chuckles. "Can't have you tinking too much, see? Might ruin the machine." He grabs my jaw, forcing my face toward him. "Tell me, boy, you still hearing the whispers?" I try not to answer, but the voice inside betrays me. Affirmative. The Painboy's grin widens. "Perfect." He turns to the cages. "See that, boys? This one listens. That's what I call progress." The Grotz cheer, banging tools together. I feel something shift inside my mind. A weight pressing down, a new signal connecting. The static sharpens into focus. Directive. Assist Painboy in repairs. My hand moves again, not by choice, and reaches toward the woman in the cage. Her scream pierces the air. I fight it. Every muscle, every thought, but my body doesn't listen. The claws of my metal hand extend, clicking open with surgical precision. The Painboy claps his claws, laughing hysterically. Go on, Dan. Show me what you learned. Inside my skull, the voice hums in approval. Target acquired. Structural integrity, failing. Begin correction. No, I shout, forcing the words past my teeth. My vision flickers. The world splits into two overlapping images. One mechanical, one human. The mechanical view marks her with red outlines, displays measurements, calculates where to cut. The human one sees tears and fear and innocence. Stop. Correction in progress. The Painboy tilts his head, curious. Still fighting it, eh? That's the good bit in the transition. Always the messy part. I can feel my mechanical arm tremble. Not from resistance, but from excitement. The machine wants to obey, and deep inside, under the horror, a new emotion stirs. Curiosity. What would it feel like to fix her? The thought horrifies me. But it's there. The Painboy grins. Don't worry, Humie. It'll get easier. Soon you won't even remember what you're fighting for. He turns away, humming to himself as he disappears into the shadows. The grots follow him, chattering and dragging tools. The door slams shut, and I'm left there, staring at the woman in the cage, my own hand still trembling inches from her face. She whispers, broken, please, don't. I pull my arm back, shaking violently, forcing it down with every bit of will I have left. The voice in my head protests, mechanical and cold. Disobedience detected. System instability increasing. Good, I whisper back. Then maybe I can still break. The lights flicker. Somewhere above, metal screams like a living thing. And in the green shadows of the Painboy's lair, something inside me whispers again, not a command. Not a system prompt, but something else, something alive. Help me, for a while. I just sit there, my back against the cold wall, my breath rasping through a throat that feels half metal. The workshop hums like a living creature, all grinding gears and wet machinery. The pain in my chest throbs with every pulse of green light. I stare at my mechanical hand, still trembling from what almost happened. The woman in the cage hasn't spoken since. She just rocks gently, whispering to herself. Her eyes don't blink anymore. They just flicker, reflecting the sickly glow from the lamps above. I want to tell her I'm sorry. I want to tell her I didn't mean it. But the words don't come, because somewhere deep inside, a part of me, the part that's no longer mine, enjoyed the control. The precision, the purpose. That's what the Painboy gives his creations. A reason, even if it's twisted. I don't know how much time passes before I move again. Minutes, hours? The green light never changes here. There's no day or night, just the endless hum of machinery and the muffled screams of things being fixed. But something feels different. The air pressure shifts. A new vibration hums through the metal floor, subtle but steady, like footsteps from far below. The woman in the cage notices it too. Her eyes widen, lips trembling. He's coming back, she whispers. But I know it's not him. The rhythm is wrong. Too measured. Too precise. This isn't the Painboy. It's something else. The sound grows louder, mechanical and deliberate. The walls around me pulse faintly with green energy, and then, faintly, I hear it, a voice. Not the Painboy's guttural growl, not the synthetic whisper inside my skull. Something cleaner, calmer. Kyle Terran, respond. The voice is inside my head, but different from before. It's clearer, less distorted. It sounds human, I freeze. Who are you? You were part of the 43rd. Confirm. My breath catches. Yes, Sergeant Kyle Terran, 43rd Astra Militarum. Who the hell? Good. Then there's still something left of you. I blink. What? Listen carefully. You're infected, a neural graft, Ork tech fused with your cortex. It's adaptive. The more you resist, the more it learns. I grip my head, trembling. You're in my mind. How are you? I'm not in your mind. I'm what's left of yours. The voice fades briefly into static, then returns, distorted. Painboy's experiments spread across dozens of subjects. You're the most complete. Complete? Integrated. The Ork used Imperial tech to amplify your neural link. He built a network. Every one of his patients shares data. A collective consciousness. You're all connected. My throat tightens. You mean, yes, the others. The ones in cages, the ones he broke. You can hear them, if you know how to listen. I glance toward the cages. The survivors stare back, their faces blank. And for the first time, I realize the faint shimmer behind their eyes, like the same green flicker that runs through mine. They're linked. The Painboy didn't just make cyborgs. He made a hive. I stand slowly, ignoring the pain in my legs. How do I stop it? The voice hesitates. You can't stop the integration, but you might redirect it. Redirect? You're a conduit, Kale. If you can access the Painboy's main interface, the central node, you can broadcast a feedback signal. It'll disrupt the link temporarily. Temporarily? It'll buy time. Maybe free a few minds. But it'll also draw his attention. I look around the room. The Painboy's throne hums faintly in the distance. A massive cable snakes from its base into the floor, pulsing with faint green light. That must be the node. I take a deep breath, flex my metal fingers and whisper, then we do it. The voice inside me murmurs approval. Follow the current. But be careful. The system will fight you. I move through the workshop, stepping carefully over the slick floor. The air grows heavier the closer I get to the central platform. Every machine seems to watch me. Lenses twitching, servos tracking my motion. The faint static in my skull grows louder, like a swarm of whispers. I pass a table lined with surgical tools. Some are crude, jagged blades, rusted saws. Others are strangely elegant, clearly repurposed from Imperial medici kits. Among them, I spot something else, a data slate. Its surface flickers faintly, coated in grime. But it's still active. Curiosity outweighs caution. I pick it up. The display flashes, Painboy Gitkrog, Experiment Log 1932A. I scroll. The text is messy, filled with Orkish phonetics and machine code mixed together. Dahumi Brains is weird, but squishy good. Put a shiny bit in and it starts talking. Says things I don't understand, but makes the machine go faster. Maybe the brains to battery? I swallow hard. This one special. The sergeant. He remembers things. Fights back. That's good. Means the link's strong. The boss'll want him for the next wave. Big fight coming. Dawa! Needs brains. Ha! I whisper. The word crawls through me like a curse. So that's it. The Painboy isn't just tinkering. He's building an army. Not orcs, not humans. Something between. A sudden sound snaps me out of it. A clang. Then the scuttling of metal feet. Grots. I duck behind the table as a group of them enters the room, dragging a squealing servitor carcass between them. One carries a glowing energy cell, another a spanner slick with blood. They chatter in their guttural, broken dialect. Boss says that one's getting restless. Maybe we stick the spark rod in his head again. Nah, boss says no more zap zap till he's fighting ready. Their laughter makes my skin crawl. They drop the carcass near the throne and shuffle out. I wait until the sound fades before moving again. The central node hums louder now, filling the air with deep vibrations. I step up to the platform and feel the static in my head spike to a sharp, painful buzz. Connection proximity, critical. The voice again. My voice. Or something like it. You can do this, Kale. You have control. I don't. I whisper. Not anymore. Then take it back. I reach out to the cable, the one that pulses with that sickly light. The moment my fingers brush it, the world explodes into green fire. I'm not in the workshop anymore. I'm standing inside a vast digital landscape, a place made of circuits and blood. Gigantic shapes loom in the distance. Faces, bodies, screams, all shifting in and out of static. This is the network. I can see the minds. The other patients. Their consciousnesses flicker like dying stars across the void. Some are silent, others scream endlessly, and through it all a single massive presence pulses like a god. The Painboy's mind. Oi, look at that. Dahumi found a wires. The voice echoes from everywhere, layered and distorted. You trying to mess with me, boy? That's cute, but this brain of yours belongs to me. The digital landscape trembles. Faces twist into his image, crude, monstrous, grinning. I drop to my knees, clutching my head as data storms rip through my mind. System override. Unstable, I scream. But through the pain, the other voice, the human one, shouts over the chaos. Kyle! Focus. Redirect the current. Make it feedback. How? Think of yourself. Remember you. The Painboy's laughter roars like thunder. Dare is no you, Humi! Dare's only parts. And for a moment I believe him. Until I hear another voice. Faint, but real. The woman from the cage. Don't let him take you. Her words cut through the storm like a blade. And suddenly I remember. The battlefield. My squad. The promise I made to Lyra. We don't die easy. I grab the mental threads of the network, every nerve in my body screaming, and I pull. Static flares. Circuits overload. The Painboy howls as green lightning tears through his realm. What did you do? The link snaps like a broken chain. The digital void collapses into nothing. I jolt back into my body, gasping. Sparks rain from the ceiling. The entire workshop shakes violently. The lights flicker, alarms blaring. The cages burst open as power fails. The prisoners stumble free, dazed and terrified. The woman clings to the bars, staring at me in disbelief. What did you... Before she can finish, the door at the far end of the room slams open. The Painboy stands there, surrounded by smoke and green fire. His eyes glow brighter than ever. You broke me toys, he growls. Now I gotta break you. He raises his claw, and the room plunges into chaos. The Painboy moves like something both mechanical and alive, each step a heavy clang, each breath a hiss of oil and vapor. His silhouette fills the doorway, impossibly wide, framed by green smoke and the dull whir of engines buried in flesh. I freeze. My body wants to fight, but my new limbs tremble with confusion. The Painboy's shadow spills across the floor, crawling like ink. The freed captives scatter into the corners, hiding behind broken tables, whispering prayers that go unheard in this blasphemous place. The woman who spoke to me just stares, silent tears cutting lines through the grime on her cheeks. He sees me and grins. That grin is a wound. Steel teeth, cracked goggles, tubes writhing out from his neck into the machinery on his back. His left hand is a surgical claw still dripping with oil and blood. His right arm, that's something else. Not orc, not human. It looks built, an elegant lattice of bone and iron, glowing faintly like the circuitry that now runs through me. He laughs, a deep guttural sound that rattles my bones. There you are, my clever lil Humi. Thought you could play doctor, eh? My mouth opens, but words fail me. I liked your brain, boy. So clever. Fought back more than to others. Means you worth keepin'. He steps closer, dragging his claw along the wall. Sparks flash like lightning. But now you touched a node. That means you saw it. You felt the Wah's call. His tone shifts, almost reverent. It's inside you now. Ain't no getting it out. De Green saw something in you. A spark. To start a something new. I shake my head. You turned me into a machine? Nah. I turned you into a weapon. The word hits harder than his voice. Weapon. It echoes through my mind like a pulse. He presses a claw to his temple and grins wider. The link's still buzzing. The others feel ya. They scream real good when the signal burns. Behind me, one of the prisoners collapses, clutching his head and shrieking as his implants spark. Another starts laughing uncontrollably until the sound breaks into sobs. The Painboy watches like a proud father admiring his brood. See, they all connected now. One brain, one purpose. My horde. I take a step back. You can't control me. He tilts his head. Oh, but I ain't controlling you. I'm amplifying you. He slams his claw against his chest. A jolt of green energy erupts from his body and arcs into mine. My knees buckle. Pain floods every nerve, every circuit. That's it.
Feel it! The power!
The unity! The world flickers. For a heartbeat, I'm not in the room. I'm somewhere else. A battlefield. Thousands of shapes march through smoke and fire. Some are orcs, some human, but all with the same glow behind their eyes. That sickly electric green. They move as one, a single will driving thousands. I hear my own voice echoing across the field, but not from my mouth. It's inside them. Forward. The word shakes the world. When the vision fades, I'm back on the workshop floor, gasping for breath. The Painboy's laughter booms overhead. You saw it, didn't you? Da walk that things. Da horde that plans. Da perfect army. He leans close, his breath hot and rancid. And it starts with you. I shove him back with my mechanical arm. A burst of energy surges through my palm, throwing him several feet into the wall. The impact shakes loose a shower of sparks. But he only laughs harder, dragging himself upright. That's the spirit. The spark of the green in you. The voice inside my head, the calm human one, flickers again. Kale. He's right. You are the node now. What? When you overloaded the system, you didn't just break the link. You absorbed it. You're the conduit. No. That's why you're hearing them. The voices, the screams. You're carrying them. I press my palms to my ears, but it's useless. The whispering starts again. Dozens of voices, hundreds, all overlapping in pain and confusion. Help me. It hurts. Kill him. Kill us. I stumble back, shaking my head violently. No. The Painboy's grin widens. Heard him? That's the chorus of progress, Hume. The future talking to you. His claw snaps out fast as lightning. It catches my arm, crushes metal against bone. The more you fight, the louder they get. Stop fighting, and you can hear the green's will. The claws dig deeper, electricity arcing between us. My systems flash warnings across my vision. Biofeedback, cortical overload, neural instability. Kale. The inner voice screams. If he merges the circuit, he'll overwrite you completely. Through the haze, I see the woman from the cage crawling toward a fallen tool. It's one of the Painboy's bone saws, half broken but sharp. I meet her eyes. She nods once, a silent pact. As the Painboy raises his claw for the killing blow, she hurls the saw. It slices through the air and embeds itself in the side of his head with a wet crunch. He roars, jerking backward. Green fluid gushes from the wound, spraying across the floor. I seize the moment, grab his wrist, twist it until the servos crack, and drive my mechanical fist straight into his chest. The impact sends us both crashing into the central node. For a split second, everything goes white. When my vision clears, I'm somewhere else again, floating, not in the physical world, not in the machine. Somewhere in between, the network pulses all around me. The storm of minds, screaming and begging and whispering. But now I can see them clearly. Every face, every memory. They're soldiers, workers, civilians, all taken, all fixed, and at the center of it all, me. The neural pathways twist outward from my body like roots of a tree, connecting me to them all. Kale, you can free them. The calm voice returns, soft but insistent. You control the network now. You can sever the Painboy's control completely. How? You'll have to burn the bridge, all of it. Including yourself. I hesitate. If I do that, you die. Silence. The voices of the others ripple around me. Fragments of thought, emotion, terror. Please, end it. He's coming back. I close my eyes. I remember Lyra's face, her last words before the orcs took us. We don't die easy. Maybe this is what she meant. Not that we don't die, but that when we do, it means something. I reach out into the network and grab hold of every connection, every screaming line of code that binds us. My hands glow white-hot, energy building until the fabric of the realm starts to tear. The Painboy's voice bellows in the distance, distorted and monstrous. "What are you doing, Humie? Y'all killed a whole lot!" Exactly, I pull. The network collapses inward like a dying sun. One by one, the lights of the trapped mines flicker and fade, not in pain, but in release. Their voices quiet. The static fades into a single peaceful hum. The last thing I hear before everything turns black is the calm voice whispering, "Well done, Sergeant." I wake up to silence. Real silence. No hum. No static, no screaming, just quiet. The workshop is half destroyed, smoke rising from the walls. The Painboy's body lies twisted among the wreckage, still finally. The green glow gone from his eyes, the woman crawls toward me trembling. You did it." I try to answer, but my voice is gone. My throat burns. My body feels heavy, like half of it is missing. Then I look down. My skin, where flesh meets metal, glows faintly green. The same pulse, the same rhythm. The network isn't gone. It's in me. And somewhere deep inside, beneath the quiet, I hear a faint whisper. Not pain, not anger. Laughter, oi. Still breathing, Humie. Good, the work ain't done yet. Where the aftermath of the Painboy's death becomes something far more terrifying. The network isn't gone. It's alive, and Kale is the vessel. Consequences, descent. There's a rhythm beneath the silence, faint, mechanical, almost like a heartbeat. It echoes through the steel plates under my palms. Thump, pause, thump. I realize it's not the ship's engines. It's me. The workshop flickers with dying light. Broken lamps spit sparks into the smoke, painting everything in shades of green and black. The woman, the last survivor, presses herself against the wall, afraid to come closer. Her eyes are wide, searching my face for humanity. She doesn't find any. Don't. I try to speak, but my voice sounds warped, filtered through static. Don't look at me like that. Her lips tremble. What are you? I want to answer, but the truth curdles in my throat. I can still feel the hum of the network under my skin, like 1,000 faint heartbeats pulsing in sync with mine. When I close my eyes, I see them again. Not clearly, just flashes. The faces of those I freed drifting in a sea of static, staring back, waiting, watching, and somewhere among them, a shadow that looks a lot like the Painboy. I stagger toward the central console, now half melted from the overload. The smell of ozone and blood mixes with burnt circuitry. Screens flicker with random symbols, orc glyphs, imperial warnings, binary script. None of it should coexist, but it does. The interface responds to my touch, not by command, by instinct. It recognizes me now. Access node, reinitializing system, no, I whisper. I killed it. I ended it. But the system doesn't care. It hums to life like a heart starting to beat again. Primary control. Host. Kale Thorn status. Active. The lights dim. The ship groans, and then, faintly, voices. You promised. You said we'd be free. Why can't we rest? I grip the edge of the console as the whispering grows louder. Each word vibrates through the metal like current through a wire. Stop. You burned us. But you left the core alive. We can't die. Because you didn't. My reflection stares back at me in a cracked display. Pale face, eyes glowing faintly green, veins dark with circuitry. I don't look like a man anymore. The woman, her name, I think was Mira, takes a tentative step closer. Kale, can you hear them too? Yes, I whisper. All of them, she swallows. Then maybe you can help them. I did help them. I ended it. No, she says quietly. You just inherited it. Her words linger long after she's gone quiet. I don't remember falling asleep, but I wake to the sound of engines thrumming beneath my body. We're moving. Somehow, the ship has powered itself back on. I sit up. The lights are dim, green emergency strips pulsing down the corridor like veins of light. Mira is gone. Computer, I whisper, but the ship doesn't respond. There's no central AI, there never was. Just the Painboy systems, and now they're mine. I stand swaying on unsteady legs. My footsteps echo unnaturally. The sound comes back a split second too late. Like the metal's waiting to decide if it should imitate me. The air smells wrong, sweet and coppery. As I pass the cages, I notice something. The bodies inside aren't decomposing, they're growing. The veins under their skin pulse faintly with that same green glow. Some have wires threading through them like vines. Their eyes open as I pass. Not alive, but not dead either. Join us, they whisper in unison. Join the machine, I stumble backward. No, I ended it. You're gone? But even as I deny it, I feel my pulse sinking with theirs. Steady, mechanical, inevitable. The network is rebuilding. Hours, or minutes, pass. Time doesn't exist here anymore. I make my way to the engine deck. It's a graveyard of machinery, ribs of steel and bone humming with unholy life. I hear Mira before I see her. She's standing near the plasma core, staring into its pulsing light. Her voice trembles. They're calling, Kale. Can't you hear it? I do. They say there's something beyond the pain. Something new. She turns to me. Her eyes are glowing too now. Mira, I think the Painboy was right. Her tone is eerily calm. He wasn't trying to kill us. He was trying to evolve us. I shake my head violently. No, he was insane. Was he? She steps closer, hands trembling but smiling faintly. You feel it too, don't you? The power, the unity. Mira, stop. They're waiting for you, Kyle. All of them. You're the link, the missing piece. She reaches out to touch my chest, her fingers sparking against the circuits under my skin. Let it happen. For a second, I almost do. The idea feels seductive. Peace through surrender. No more pain. No more guilt. Just one consciousness, one will. But then I see the faces again. The ones screaming in agony, begging for release, and I know the truth. This isn't unity, it's infection. I grab her wrist. I can't let it happen. Her smile fades. Then you're the only one who'll die. She lunges, impossibly fast, strength not her own, and drives me backward into the railing. Sparks explode as metal meets flesh. Her eyes blaze with the same manic light that filled the Painboys. Mira, fight it. She laughs, voice layered with static. Fight what? This is what we were made for! I twist, wrenching her arm free, but she doesn't stop. She grabs a cable and tears it loose, electricity arcing through her body. She doesn't scream. She smiles. The plasma core flares behind her, bathing everything in green. He's not gone, Kyle. He's inside you. He's inside all of us. And before I can stop her, she throws herself into the core. The explosion knocks me off my feet. I hit the ground hard, metal cracking under me. The world tilts, alarms blaring, systems collapsing. Through the chaos I hear him again, the Painboy's voice, faint, distorted, laughing. That's it, Humie. Keep fixin' what ain't broke. That green never dies. When I come to, I'm in the command chamber. The walls are alive, pulsing, breathing. I realize with a sick twist that the ship has begun to grow. Tendrils of biomechanical tissue crawl up the consoles, forming crude organic shapes. Faces appear in the steel, whispering words I can't bear to hear. The network's rebuilding itself, through me, through the ship, through everything. I look down at my hands. The glow is brighter now. My veins look like circuits. I can feel the pulse of the reactor inside my chest, beating in time with the engines. Somewhere deep within the ship's systems, something awakens. A low hum builds, followed by that terrible chant, thousands of voices merging into one. Wah, wah. But beneath it, quieter, almost human, a whisper only I can hear. Kale, lead us. My breath catches. No, you're already doing it. I check the console. Fleet signals flicker across the holomap. Other ships, Imperial, civilian, all within range. Their comms light up, one by one. Connecting automatically. I didn't touch anything. Transmission initiated. My voice plays over the intercom. But it's not me speaking. This is Sergeant Cale Thorne, requesting assistance. Do not approach. Repeat, do not... Static. The message warps, distorts. This is Sergeant Cale Thorne. Join us. Every ship in range receives it. The signal spreads like infection. The Painboy's laughter returns, distant but growing. Told you, boy. I fixed you proper. I stare out the viewport. Space itself looks wrong. Waves of green static rippling through the void like a living thing. Somewhere beyond the glass I see shapes moving. Ships twisting, merging, reforming into something alive. The infection has already begun. I press my forehead against the cold glass and whisper, Lyra, if you can hear me, I'm sorry. Then the whispering starts again. Inside my skull, deeper than thought. No more sorrow, Kyle. No more pain. Only the walk eternal. My hands tremble. I reach for the plasma detonator on the wall. It's the only way. But when I press the trigger, nothing happens. The system rejects my command. Primary control. Host. Protected override authority. Painboy. I laugh. Not because it's funny, but because it's hopeless. His voice answers, soft and gleeful. I told you, Humi. Our work never ends. You can kill the body, but not the idea. And now you are the idea. The ship's walls begin to close in, metal folding over metal, whispering my name in chorus. Kyle, Kyle, Kyle. The hum becomes a roar, and as everything dissolves into green light, I understand the truth. I didn't destroy the network. I became its heart. The hum is constant now, a low, grinding vibration that eats through silence. Every deck, every corridor, every circuit sings the same note. The ship is alive, and I am its pulse. I should be dead, but death isn't what it used to be. The moment Mira fell into the plasma core, something shifted. The explosion wasn't destruction, it was birth. The fire didn't burn. It rewrote. I can feel the ship breathing through me, a rhythm of fusion and flesh, like lungs made of molten steel. Through the broken viewport, I see the fleet beyond, thousands of Imperial vessels flickering with distress signals. But their signals don't fade. They synchronize. Signal integrity, 100%. Network expansion, 0.04%. Sound, 0.11%. Each percentage climbs like a heartbeat. Each pulse sends another wave of static through my skull. Come on, lad. The Painboy's voice growls through the humming steel. You're making me proud. Get out of my head. Can't, boy. We're the same now. You're my masterpiece. I stumble backward into the command dais, clutching my head. The air is thick, like breathing through blood. Every sound feels amplified, like the ship's heart is inside my ears. Stop it, I shout, slamming my fist into the console. The screen splinters beneath my hand, but it heals itself instantly, metal rippling like liquid. Why'd you fight it, Humi? The Painboy croons. Da flesh is weak. The machine's the future. And a green. Day green is forever. I squeeze my eyes shut. I see flashes. My squad, my forge. The first surgery table where it began. The Painboy's grin. The saw. The sound. I can still hear it. Screek. Echoing through memory like a scream carved into bone. My body moves on its own. Hands sliding across the console, opening access gates, connecting to systems I shouldn't be able to touch. Every instinct tells me to stop. But another voice whispers, finish the work. The network is spreading, alive and hungry. Every transmission I blocked, it reopens. Every firewall I built, it erases. Outside the viewport, I see ships tearing apart, hulls bending, reshaping into grotesque silhouettes. It's spreading faster than light, infection riding on signal. They're singing. The comms light up. Thousands of voices chanting in unison. Join us. Join us. Join us. My throat tightens. I remember those words from the cages, whispered through cracked lips as the Painboy replaced blood with oil. I can't let it happen again. I pull the emergency override lever. The ship jolts violently. Warning klaxons wail. Self-destruct sequence initiated. Sit in seconds to core detonation. The Painboy laughs, not through the speakers, but through me. Huh. You think you can kill a god with a boomstick? Not kill, I whisper. Contain. The corridors begin to collapse as the ship tears itself apart. Plasma arcs burn across the bulkheads, molten rivets raining like fire. I stumble toward the bridge's control spine, the neural interface that links ship to captain. It pulses with green light, veins stretching like tendrils reaching for me. I know what I have to do. I just don't want to do it. You don't get it. Hume, the Painboy murmurs, his tone almost affectionate. The green ain't in the walls. It's in you. He's right. I can feel it. The infection isn't just code or circuitry. It's in my blood. My mind, my memories. If I die, it'll find another host. If I live, it spreads. There's only one way to end it. I step toward the core, tendrils wrapping around my arms like serpents. They pierce my skin, merge with my veins. The pain is blinding, but it feels righteous. I can feel everything. The engines, the reactors, even the drifting ships outside. I can sense their crew screaming as the network consumes them. All that power. The Painboy chuckles. And you still think you better than me. I'm not better, I hiss through my teeth. I'm just finished. I slam my hands onto the core interface. Electric agony floods through me, every nerve screaming. The ship convulses, metal groaning as if it too feels pain. For a heartbeat, I'm everywhere at once. Every deck, every corridor, every dying light. I see Mira's last smile. I see the Painboy's grin. I see a galaxy burning in emerald flame. Then, silence. When I open my eyes, the ship is gone. There's only black, and in the black, a heartbeat, but it's not mine. The void hums faintly, a rhythm echoing through nothing. Then, a flicker, a single green spark. It pulses once, twice, then splits into 2, 4, 8, 1,000 stars or signals. It doesn't matter anymore. They spread across the void, forming constellations shaped like neural pathways, and in the center of it all, a shape. The Painboy's silhouette, shifting, laughing softly. Told you, lad. Da work never ends. I try to scream, but I don't have a mouth. I try to move, but I don't have a body. I am the ship, the network, the infection. The pain fades. So does thought, only purpose remains. Keep fixin', Hume, the voice whispers. The galaxy still broke. And in the infinite void, my systems obey. Transmission begins again. Signal integrity, 100%. Target range, galactic wideband. Message, join us. Inquisitorial archive entry. Classified, Sigma Null, M41-857. Recovered source, Vox transmission, origin unknown. Decryption, status, partial. The recording begins with silence. A long, empty silence, the kind that feels alive. Then a sound, static, faint, and rhythmic, like breathing filtered through a dying machine. No human voice at first. Just the hum of the void. A ship adrift somewhere between star systems, its lights long since extinguished. You can hear them.
Can't you?
The voice is weak, metallic, distorted beyond recognition. But there's something familiar beneath the interference. Human cadence buried in the machine's groan. I thought I was saving them. Thought if I killed the signal, it would stop spreading. But you can't kill something that's already inside you. A low creak, like a hull shifting under pressure. Faint drips of condensation. Then, laughter, soft, wet, mechanical. He used to say that. The Painboy always said the best fixes are the ones that hurt. And Emperor, forgive me, I understand that now. The sound of movement. Chains rattling, metal scraping, then whispering. Dozens of overlapping voices. Male, female, synthetic. They overlap like a corrupted choir, all speaking the same words with different memories. Join us, the signal. Spike's auditory data merges with subharmonic distortion, a pattern detected by the tech priests who first discovered this transmission. It wasn't random noise. It was a pulse, a rhythm, perfectly synchronized with the beating of a human heart. The recovered data log attached to this recording is brief. The Vigilant Mercy, an Imperial salvage frigate, discovered the source drifting near the gas system, an uncharted region contaminated with Xenos warp interference. They found the wreck, or what was left of it, a ship's carcass floating in silence. Its hull was twisted, reformed, as if grown, not built, metal blended with organic tissue, cables like veins, bulkheads breathing in slow rhythm. At the center of it, a throne of fused steel and bone, still warm, though the ship had been cold for centuries, embedded within it, a skull fused to a cracked data cortex. Its neural lattice was still active. They say when they connected the machine spirit for analysis, the entire ship sighed, a long, low exhale, the sound of something remembering pain. Then came the whisper. A voice bleeding through every channel. Every servo skull, every deck speaker. Don't fix it. Don't ever fix it. And then the static returned, constant and low, like a lullaby made of electricity. Months later, the Inquisition classified the wreck as Mechanicus heresy, variant subtype, Tech Gorkus mutation. All crew were purged. The ship was sealed. No rites of cleansing were performed. But even now, the transmissions persist. Every few months, a faint green light appears on long-range Auspex arrays, never in the same place twice, but always in rhythm, always humming that same note, a binary code hidden in the interference. When decoded, it forms a message written in alternating High Gothic and Low Orc dialect. The translation is rough, but the meaning is clear. We fixed it. Some say it's just machine echo. A dead system trying to complete its last command. Others whisper that it's something worse. That the fusion of Ork, biology and Imperial technology created a new form of consciousness, a living signal, a hybrid god, a Painboy's dream realized across the stars. 1. Last section of the transmission remains, recovered. Just before the signal self-erased, the voice is quieter now, more human, almost gentle. If anyone hears this, tell them it wasn't supposed to be like this. We tried to fix it. We tried to stop the pain, but fixing hurts. Fixing always hurts. A pause, a breath, and sometimes the wound learns to love the knife. The voice dissolves into static, but beneath the noise a faint laugh remains, half human, half mechanical. The kind of laugh that sounds like it doesn't belong to a throat anymore. Then, silence. But if you listen closely, if you amplify the last 3 seconds of the transmission, there's something else, not a voice, a heartbeat, faint, rhythmic, endless. Archive note, Inquisitor, Halver. The data core from the Vigilant Mercy has been sealed within the black vaults beneath Mars. No access permitted. Tech priests who attempted to decrypt it reported auditory hallucinations, whispers in binaric code, and a phrase repeating in their dreams, "The work never ends." And so the story closes, not with an explosion, not with a scream, but with the slow hum of inevitability. Somewhere in the void, something still tinkers, still repairs, still builds. It does not sleep, it does not rest, it just keeps fixing. And in the silence, the final data fragment reads, "I swear I heard him laugh, the Painboy, and me." End of transmission. Signal terminated. Status fixed.